Alright, y'all. Tonight's episode, we're back in there. I got an interesting episode tonight. So we're going to take a trip down, I want to say, luxury lane. So tonight, I'm actually going to be featuring some Bond No.9 scents. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 in my collection. There's 3 specific ones that I want to focus in on tonight. Before we get started, welcome to the Pick Corner. My name is Raheem Jones, and here we talk about fragrance, we talk about fashion, we talk about tech. And tonight's video, I'm very excited about. This is a brand at Bond No.9 that Doug told me about. It's such an interesting brand. They are actually a New York-based company, and this New York-based company is on, well, their address is 9 Bond Street. That's where their name comes from. So when you hear Bond No.9, I guess a lot of people, they may correlate that with like 007, which, by the way, 007 is probably one of my favorite movie franchises ever. But this has nothing to do with that. So this is it's an established brand. But again, I'm featuring 3 tonight. 3 I'm going to kind of review. Washington Square, I got Musk, and I got Amber. So we're going to jump right into the video, but before we do that, the usual thing, if you enjoy this content, please go ahead and like it, subscribe, follow us on social media. We are at the Pick Corner for both TikTok and for Instagram, and here on YouTube. And again, I invite you to join us on this journey as we talk about all things fragrance. Again, we're gonna do some fashion and tech. I like shoes, I like different things, so I'm gonna as I get these purchases, I'm gonna feature them on the channel. But with that, let's jump right into the video. So the first one, I was gonna start with this one first. I'm actually gonna wait. I'm gonna save the best for last. This one here, I'm gonna save that one for last. We're gonna jump, and we're gonna start with Bond No.9 Amber. So what's unique about the Bond No.9s, the bottles are, it's this star shape. It's a pretty cool shape for the bottle. They got 2 different sizes. They have the 50 milliliter and they have the 100. So you get 2 different sizes. And I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. Bond No.9 is not cheap. It is. We are going on a luxury journey in New York City tonight. So this brand, for the 50 milliliter, you're looking at $330, and then for the larger size bottle, the 100 milliliter, you're looking at $495. So it's not a very cheap fragrance, but the quality is there. If you're going to have certain ones in your collection that's more of the higher end, such as like your Creeds and your Bond No.9, your Parfum de Marly's, you're going to be spending a little bit more money for that fragrance. But in this instance, we're not going to focus on the price point. Let's get into what it smells like. This particular fragrance here, it's pretty simple. Well, I don't want to say simple. Let's not say that. Compared to some of the others, the ingredients that it has, it's fairly, I don't want to say simplistic, but it's less than the others. So we'll just put it that way. So we're starting off with saffron, which is kind of like a spicy note. It gives you a little bit of depth with the scent. This one has jasmine, it has oud, and it has amber. Yeah, this is nice. So automatically, the amber is going to shine through. The oud is definitely in there. It's not very heavy on the oud, but it's definitely there. But what's very interesting about this particular fragrance, the jasmine. The jasmine, it's very rich, it's very fruity, it's very sweet. So you're getting that bit of sweetness out of the fragrance. It's a really, really nice combination. Amber obviously is what it is. Amber, amber is very complex. It could be earthy, it could be spicy, it could be a lot of different things. But with this particular fragrance, it's a very nice balance of ingredients. It's something I would definitely recommend for a date night, for sure, with all the sweetness that's in there. But, I probably would say with the amber and everything else, you probably would want to wear it, in the wintertime. That would be at least my initial thought. That's my kind of opinion on it. But it's again, Bond No.9 Amber. So it's a great fragrance. This one smells really, really good. I'm very happy to have that one in my collection. So the next one, stay in New York. We're still in New York. New York, New York. Even though the Knicks won recently, I'm not very happy about that. I'm a Sixers fan, but hey, you know what? You got to win sometime, right? But let's talk about this one here. This one here is Bond No.9, New York. This is the Musk. So this one here. Oh, that was so nice. All right, so let's get right into it. This one here is complex, right? A lot of notes in this one. Grapefruit off the top. The grapefruit it's there. You can really smell it. Grapefruit, black currant, which is like a green, red fruit kind of kind of smell. But here's the interesting thing about this black currant that I've learned about. Black currant can kind of go in two different directions. It can either smell like okay, or it can frankly smell like cat piss. It's wild that it's in here, but it's doing its thing. It's working with the musk. This one here has a flower note. Osmanthus flower is how it's pronounced. Some nutmeg in there, so that nuttiness that I'm kind of picking up in that initial spray. You got the nutmeg, you got the patchouli. The patchouli is very earthy, very woody. You got also some sweetness in there with the patchouli as well. I'm definitely picking that up. And then in the base, you got the sandalwood and you got the vetiver. And then obviously with this, it is a musk scent. So there is musk. Musk is in this one. Again, this one here, this is the 100 milliliter bottle. So this is the bigger size bottle. Again, Bond No.9. I think the company themselves, they pride themselves in how the bottles are shaped, how they're designed. Everyone has like a different type of design. Like, let me just kind of show you. Got all of them out here. So here's like Jones Beach, for example. So this is another 100 milliliter bottle. You can see the simplicity of the bottle. We're not talking about that tonight. We'll talk about that in another video. But then we also have this one here. This one here is actually a parfum for Bond No.9. But there's all different, designs for the bottles. But they have the same common theme of that, kind of like that star shape, which is really cool. This one here, again, when you talk about price, we're in luxury lane tonight. These are not cheap bottles at all by any stretch of the imagination. You're going to be spending, quite a bit of money on them. For the smaller bottle, the 50 milliliter, you're looking at $325, and then for something like this one here, this is the bigger bottle. This one here is going to run you about $440 according to Bond No.9's website. Now again, you probably can go to different authorized resellers. You may be able to score it for a little bit cheaper, on those websites. But we're in New York right now, and this is a luxury brand, and their focus is on the quality of the parfum. And again, all of these here, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but these are all parfums. Either parfums. These are not either toilettes or anything else. They're a complete parfum shop. So everything you're getting is going to be parfum. So the last one that I'm featuring tonight, this one here, I wore this one today. It's one of my personal favorites. I smelled this, instantly fell in love. Bond No.9, Washington Square. This one's the 50 milliliter. Italian bergamot in the top. Italian bergamot, citrusy, sweet, all of that cool stuff. Geranium, tarragon, which is like a sweetgrass that you're going to get out of this particular fragrance. Now, what shines through on this one here in particular that's very interesting is that there is purple rose in this fragrance. So you get that rose in there. When rose is mixed with other things, rose can be an amazing scent. I've seen Victoria's Secret for the women's line mix like pear and rose together, and that pear cuts through the rose, and it just makes that rose really pleasant. They did a really good job at featuring the purple rose in this one. We have the honey, so a lot of sweetness in it. Vintage amber, so again, sweet, earthy, spicy. You're getting all those different things out of this particular fragrance. And then in the bottom, you actually have leather, vetiver, and musk. So, in comparison to the first scent, where you had like 4 different notes, your amber, it's, saffron, jasmine, oud, amber. That is literally it. This one here, more complex, Italian bergamot, geranium, tarragon, again, purple rose, honey, vintage amber, leather, vetiver, musk. You're getting a lot more in this particular fragrance. You can smell it. It's beautiful throughout, from beginning to end, from the top notes to the heart, to the dry down, and to the base. It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. One of the fragrances I would highly, highly recommend, when you talk about like, well, when do I wear it? Date night. Perfect date night fragrance. I like it for date night. It's a fragrance that I've actually sprayed for other people, and instantly they fall in love with it. It's like they smell it and they're like, dang, like that one there, like what is that? That is unique. It's different. It has so much going on in the bottle. It's one of my favorites of the Bond, No.9 collection, and it's one that I'm happy to present to you tonight. So again, we just wanted to kind of dive in a little bit into the Bond No.9 world. Like I said, I got 7 bottles. I'm not going to do all 7 tonight. We're just going to, I picked like the 3 that were kind of like my favorites of the bunch, and I wanted to kind of talk about those and kind of expose you to that brand. And again, it's another episode of the Pick Corner that we've presented to you tonight. Again, like, subscribe, do all those different things to help support the channel. And we definitely continue to thank you for all your support, and for watching and liking and doing all those things to help support the channel. So, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Pick Corner. Raheem Jones, you have a good one.